What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed Death Edition. Seal, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing okay. I was trying to do some Steve-O and Chris Pontius. You know
Ah,
how they used to do back in the day. I spoiler alert, they brought it back for Jackass Forever.
right.
But I started dying laughing when I draw them in their skeleton costume. When I saw them in their little skeleton costumes, I was like, "No way!" They're like, "This is the dawn of the death of the day we give to you." So yeah, I'm out here burning our sage.
Yeah.
Trying to bring us newfound glory for next year. Didn't work last night or 2 nights ago, if you're listening now. We got what we thought we were going to get, the 14th pick. So, I mean, we're better than half the league, I guess you could say. But we ended up with a 14th pick. What that pretty much means is we're going to end up with some kind of a nobody like everybody else does after the first 10 picks of the draft, unless it was 2 years ago where it was deep as fuck. That's not this year. We have talked about how Summer League this year is going to be really fucking good. It's because it's three heavy, and those three dudes are probably going to end up being the face of franchises 5-6 years down the road. And Smith, Banchero, and Chet. I don't know Chet's last name.
Holmgren or whatever.
Holmgren. But yeah, dude. So I'm excited. I mean, it sucks. I see your wall of death over there. I didn't want to do it so soon. I wanted to burn a little bit of sage first, but
Well, it's hard. I was trying to find a jersey to wear, and I settled on just a freaking shirt because the Dodgers, which I know the Dodgers are gonna be fine. Dang, it's both Steve Nash too. I guess.
Actually, yeah, I'll turn mine around.
Props to Brooklyn also losing. I guess this is like a double death wall.
I wasn't getting a Sean Marion one.
Right. But Dodgers I mean, they're fine, but they're not like tops of the league or anything.
Are they 12 and 19 right now?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Did they allow 5 home runs in one inning or whatever?
Yeah, did they? Did they do
No,
that? Did they lose by fucking 13? No. All right.
That's
why
I'm wearing this. Obviously, we'll talk about the Suns, but that's why they're added to the wall. LAFC decided to give up a few games, which is fine because we're going to be focused on that U.S. Open Cup.
Though, in that Colorado, bro.
We're going to be focused on that U.S. Open Cup against the Galaxy. I just don't know why we had to start like 4 games early, but whatever. And then
that was crazy.
The Buccaneers haven't started yet. I see you're wearing football, but they're going to be doing their thing. And
baby girl, she was like, "Why are you wearing that?" Because I want to give. We got a little kiddo here. Of course, it's Wednesday.
Right.
He's like, "Why are you wearing that?" When I went to go give him kisses, and I was like, baseball sucks. Red Sox are ass. We fucking smashed the fuck out of the Astros just to, like you said or alluded to already, 5 home runs in 1 inning. It's only happened like 6-7 times ever in the most historic sport in our fucking country. And let alone lose by like 13 points. We're 12 and 19, 12 and 20. I don't fucking remember. We suck. Hockey, we could watch right now. It's probably going to be another Florida team that fucking wins it.
Tampa Bay is going to just go for a 3-peat.
Not a Detroit. I think the Panthers came back to win last night, or
no, I don't think they
didn't. But it's gonna be crazy. So. Carolina, I think, is losing right now to the Rangers.
Carolina won in overtime. Edmonton is losing 6-3 to Calgary because Eddie keeps me posted. Carolina came back.
I really think it's going to come back to Florida. So not Detroit, not a fan of my team. So I am over every other sport besides football, because guess what? We're still in the unknown. Every team can think.
Every team says it's their year.
Besides the Lions. Every team, even the Jaguars, we got 2017 to look back on. We're like, hey, listen, we beat 2 of the best teams in the AFC last year with a fucking coach who wanted to put finger up asses instead of being a coach. He didn't know who fucking Von Miller was. Like, and now we got a fucking Doug Peterson, a head coach, a Super Bowl winning head coach, an NFL head coach for years, and who knows every motherfucker that we're going to play. I'm excited as shit for some football. We just had our rookie minicamp just happened, and we have nothing but great things. Did you see the picture of Aiden Hutchinson walking out?
I haven't seen anything on football.
He couldn't pick into his own pocket, let alone somebody else's if he wanted to rob somebody. His arms are small, bro.
He doesn't need his arms. He needs his core. I don't know.
That's
The linemen use their arms. He's just got to swim and shit. He's just got to dodge, bro.
bro. His arms look tiny. I don't know if it was edited, but I saw something. It was a screenshot of a Detroit Lions post, so I assume it wasn't edited. But dude's arms barely went past his waist.
He does have. They did say he has like shorter arms.
Yeah,
and shit,
and that's like the biggest thing. Like the numbers, the size of Trayvon, and all that stuff.
right.
Was way better. But whenever we drafted him and we saw him, you could see like the way he was sitting.
Yeah.
His fucking neck was kind of big. He looked like a big boy, and I was like, great. We got Vincent fucking Wilfork at fucking defensive end.
Yeah, but
This
Vince
is
Wilfork
awesome.
was a man, bro. Yeah.
At defensive tackle, nobody could run on him. And if the play lasted more than 2.5, 3 seconds, he would eventually get back on the quarterback if he stayed in the pocket.
Right.
Yeah. But this dude looks fucking like me, as in a little tubby, but not fat. But this motherfucker got about 800 pounds of muscle on me. Dude looks good in a Jaguars uniform. And we've seen the clips of Falk. What was his name? It was Khalil Mack going through his shit. Ugh. And then the dude after him, like how it showed compare and contrast.
Right, right.
Ass. He looked like one of those dudes who was just dominating drills. So
Nice.
yeah. Compared to all the other sports we're here to talk about tonight, I cannot wait for months from now.
Well, Tom Brady showed up to OTAs for the first time in like 8 years. So, he's got some unfinished business. He's ready to run. Or he
And
just
real quick,
doesn't want to be
shout
home.
out to the random guy that said this leaf cigar wrap would be good and not bitter. Because if you're a medicinal smoker, these things are disgusting. This thing's beautiful, sir.
Nice.
And the reason I'm smoking it real quick is because we got our dead jerseys up here. We're island boys now. We're in Cancun together watching the rest of these. So I had to bring out the old island leaf.
To add to the wall of the dead, because it can continue. We could talk a whole season or a whole episode about this. Arsenal, who had 4th on lock, had the Champions League on lock. There were 2 games left. All we had to do is win both against the 13th ranked team. And
there were so many draws.
And the 16th ranked team. And we got an own goal and lost 2-0. So at home against Newcastle. So get out of here.
So many draws, bro.
Tottenham is now going to finish 4th. We'll finish 5th and get the Europa Cup again, play against you guys down there in the losers bracket because it's the wall of dead, right? No, I'm just saying that's how our teams are going.
I mean, we drew this weekend too.
Yeah.
But it was crazy how many draws there were. Like all you had to do was win.
All you had to do was against Newcastle. Like get out of here, bro.
And City drew. We drew, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
Like y'all were set up. Like it was set up for perfection.
Yeah. So now we have to hope that we have to hope that we win because clearly that's too much to ask for us. But then we have to hope that Tottenham somehow loses to the last place, already relegated, can't get out of 20th place, Norwich. So that's not going to happen. So yeah, we just kind of blew it. So they get added to the whole shit. I was going to add Arsenal here, but the only Arsenal jersey I have is Thierry Henry, and he will never go on the wall of dead ever. He is always alive.
I agree with that. I agree.
So I just couldn't add him to that. But
in the prime of hating Arsenal, I can still respect the fact that you should never do that.
Yeah. And then of course over in the AFL, which we haven't talked about, which we like to talk about. We love AFL, but both of our teams suck.
Yeah, so my team started out the season looking for the first round pick again, and we've been strolling along with that same mindset.
Yeah,
baby.
for real.
Every time I look up to see when we play next, I am fronted with our win-loss record and say, not staying up till 3:40 today. Not doing it.
Well, to be fair, so our game was at 8:40 our time on Saturday night. I was like, I'm going to stay up and watch. I need to stay up and watch. And then I looked, not stay up because 8:40 is not like staying up, right? But I was like, I need to watch. I forgot to watch because I was like, we suck. It doesn't matter. We like doubled their score. We dominated. I was like, motherfucker, the one game we're going to win all freaking season. Although we've won like 4 games, but we are so bad. But yeah, we won. Well, double their score. You'd think that would be like 100-50, right? No, it was 69-33. So it was actually probably a pretty boring game to watch. But But yeah, we're still way out of the playoffs too. So all of my teams, I mean, the Dodgers are going to be fine. They're going to win their division, but all of my teams just suck.
Austin is absolutely fucked. We hung our
plus
hats.
The Yankees are just rolling.
Well, we hung our hats on getting Trevor Story. And if you're a Red Sox fan, you knew last year's rotation, last year's bullpen wasn't going to be able to do it. Like we were very happy for where we were at last year. We were very grateful for these guys, but we didn't add on to it. We added depth. No, we needed to replace a couple guys, and we didn't. And we're hanging on to these motherfuckers, and they're just not getting it done. We're getting fucking caked. We're getting splashed. We're going to let the fucking White Sox probably put up 9 runs a fucking game on us in that series. Like, it's just ridiculous right now. We got Rafi, who we didn't sign. We better fucking sign right now before he says, fuck y'all, I don't want to be on a losing team, and gets the fuck out of there. You got him going on a fucking rampage, hitting home run after home run, grand slam after fucking grand slam. Fucking Story's not showing up. JD's still doing his thing, giving us a fucking double to go up in the fucking 9th inning the other night against
Story
the Astros.
Hit the one that won it, right?
Yeah, no, he had one before that it went out of the park, went over the Green Monster. Yeah, but still, I'm not mad at Story. I don't knock that. But for that to be the fucking chunk of the change that we spent in the offseason, when really the infield, are we really worried about our infield that much? Like, we moved fucking Xander to second base. Like, he was fine at shortstop. We really going to spend all that money on a position that's already filled? Like, you could have spent that money on 2 decent, maybe not great starting pitchers, but better than what the fuck we got right now.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. We're hanging it all up on our fucking relievers and our closers. And when you're down 2 or 3 going into the fucking 6th, 7th inning, there's no coming back from that as a closer, as a reliever. That's not your mindset. That's not what you're up for. And it's ridiculous. You got 2 starting pitchers like pretty much every fucking game right now. Yeah. It's annoying as fuck to be a Red Sox fan.
It's crazy because you
and
also
all like, hey, at least we got the Celtics. Not me.
Yeah, right. You also knew that the division was going to be tough. Maybe that's why you guys mailed it in. I don't know. Because you knew the Yankees were going to be good. You knew Tampa Bay was going to be good. Toronto, they're not doing great right now, but they have a chance with Guerrero and all those guys. So maybe you guys just melded in and said, you know what, let's wait until the division's a little easier and let's get it done.
Baltimore too.
And Baltimore.
We're looking up at everybody. Yeah. We are looking up at everybody.
Well, not everybody.
Everybody in our division.
No, the Reds are 10-26.
No, I don't give a. Yeah, they're 2 games behind us. That's such a fucking accomplishment. When they are probably going to be the worst team to ever be administered into the MLB at the end of this season, statistically. Yeah. At this point in age, fucking what, a 10th of the season through, we are 2 games above them.
Well, hey, we signed Freddie Freeman. He has a chance to win the NL MVP because we don't have Mike Trout on our side or Shohei Ohtani. Actually, I guess it's always Shohei Ohtani now, right? I mean, we're not in baseball season quite yet, but when do you think, this is just a topic for the baseball world, but when do you think?
I think Shohei Ohtani had his year, right?
Yeah, but he's doing it again, though.
He is, right? He's had his year. He's done his thing. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, Mike Trout is the best baseball player to ever play the game.
Yeah, but he doesn't pitch. So like if Shohei has batting stats that are close to Trout, and then he also pitches,
which he does right now at the beginning of the year.
Saying. And then
but we saw last year he got hurt. He could only hit for a little bit. They would only let him pitch for a little bit. So we have to imagine this run isn't going to last. He's not going to get more than 30 home runs, right? He damn sure may not get more than 20, 25 home runs at the end of the season. Like, this might not last.
Yeah, but if he gets 20 wins and 20 home runs.
But Mike Trout at the same time, he doesn't get labeled for his home runs.
And Trout's rocking right now.
We see this motherfucker have the most doubles in the league every single year, have the most fucking OPP every single year. We'll never see this from Ohtani. So I think everybody got surprised last year. Everybody was able to see what he was able to do, but I don't think that'll get over the baseball stats from a fielder to hitter that Mike Trout is doing this season. Like, he is on a fucking tear. And yeah, you would have to add Ohtani to get 15, 16 wins at the end of the season and pair him with these the baseball batting stats. to be able to put him over Trout, which is crazy. They're on the same team and they're both still getting fucking wasted. But
no, they're
at the
actually
end
doing well right now, surprisingly.
it's not gonna last. But we all know the Angels. One of them two are gonna get sold probably by the end of the year.
Right. But when you look at the history of the AL though, since 2014 when Mike Trout won it, or the first time because he has 3, right? So since he's won it, he has 3 out of what is that 8, or this would be 8, I guess. So clearly there's voter fatigue because the only time that somebody had a better WAR than him was when Mookie won it. So like
in Boston.
Yeah. So he always
we let him go.
So he always has the best wins above replacement. He always has the best OBP. He always has that stuff.
2018 was a great fucking year.
Yeah, then the next year, Cody Bellinger won it before he forgot how to hit. He remembered how to hit for 1 year, and then that was it.
Yeah, and he cut his hair.
That's true. That's true. All right. So, anyways, away from going back to not baseball because it's still not late enough to talk about baseball. Basketball is what we got to talk about, but not the games. We don't care about the games. The NBA draft lottery happened. The Chet Holmgren sweepstakes potentially, but the worst.
Nobody is saying that though. That was the craziest thing about.
That's because Orlando won though. Orlando got Jonathan Isaac. Orlando got Mo Bamba. Orlando got Wagner. Like they have bigger people.
Wagner's a 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did get Mo too.
The other Wagner too.
Yeah.
But Franz will play 3. Do they still go get Chet or do they trust in Bamba?
Chet and Isaac down low? Like if they play small ball and have Isaac at the 5 and have Chet at the 4, that shit is game over. Isaac is going to be able to go up with 85% of the centers in the league just because, let's face it, there's not many of them that are that big. And even DeAndre Ayton wants to play small. You literally have like 5 guys in the league that'll really body you down and play bigs.
And if they do, they can throw Mo Bamba in there just to be big.
One of them being Roy Williams, who went out of his fucking mind playing Robert.
Yeah, Robert
playing out of his mind. Like his big man ball the other night was really fucking impressive.
He plays that old school ball.
Oh no, game
from
1.
The 70s, bro.
Yeah, that shit was impressive. No, game 7. Yeah, I'm right. Right? Game 7 or game 1?
No, it was game 1. They lost.
But he was impressive as fuck. But there's not many big men out there like that. So like Isaac's not gonna get, what is he, 6'10"? He's not gonna get really shown out and really just go mauled at. Nobody in the league's gonna just start feeding the big man because Isaac's on them. As much as I wish they would, fuck FSU, but nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna do that. And then if you're able to fucking have them two come down on offense and be able to shoot threes, drive the basket, fucking post fades, baseline shots, middies, like both of them can do it all. And have fucking Cole Anthony, who's the other dude? Shit.
Markelle is gonna be their Fultz.
Markelle Fultz, and then you have Franz Wagner out there able to do like this. Them 3 can just go berserk and drive and dish and drive and dish, like all 3 of them love to do. That Magic team would be really fucking fun to watch. Now let's put the other dude in there. He's a great 3-point shooter as well. Way better than Chet Holmgren is. But when it comes to putting the fucking ball on the court, that's where we're going to get a little suspect. He's not going to be able to drive the way Chet is. He's not going to be able to fucking put the ball in the basket mid-range the way Chet is.
And he plays the 3, which is where Franz and Suggs, when he comes in, is trying to do shit.
He's labeled as a power forward in the draft.
Yeah,
that's true. He is a 3 shooter. He's not going to give you as much defense. Bro, Chet has a 7'5" wingspan. The dude's tall as shit. Throw him at the 4 over for this guy where you're going to have to put him because, like you just said, they're deep as shit at the 3. They need to get a 4. And if you can throw Chet in there at the 4 being 7'1", Porzingis on crack coming out of the draft, that would be absolutely fantastic for the Magic. But like you said, since they got the first pick, he slid down to 2nd. And him and OKC with them Giddy and them young ass motherfucking boys.
If he goes to OKC, that's a wrap, bro.
That's going to be a fun team to watch in about 2 or 3 years because you're out of your mind. We've all seen OKC how they like to spend money and get rid of people they don't want to pay. Yeah. They will be able to surround that motherfucker really quick.
Yeah. If he does drop to OKC, they will be so happy because they didn't have the 14% picks. They didn't have any of that. So they were able to move up to second.
And real quick, while we're talking about OKC, shout out to Giddey, who got second team all rookie or whatever their rookie team is. He got second team. That
Who
was
got
some
first
bullshit.
team? Jalen still?
Green? I think so.
Cade Green.
No. I don't think Green did. It was Cade, Scotty,
Barnes,
Evan Mobley.
I know we're like sitting here on fucking computers too. So
I lost it, but I was so like, what the fuck? Let me see if I'm able to find it real quick.
Scotty Barnes, Franz Wagner, Evan Mobley, Jalen Green. Yeah,
Franz got it. Franz got it over him. And I was like, what the fuck? Like Franz over Giddey.
Yeah, but Franz had a stretch that he was rocking out too.
Yeah, but Giddey did it the whole year. Like Giddey was like steady the whole year. Like Franz rocked out like 12, 15 games where people started picking up in daily fantasy. Like nobody was worried about doing that with Giddey. Like, yeah, he wasn't giving you fucking 25, 30 fantasy points a game. But
the crazy thing,
that young ass team, like defensively and offensively,
rookie teams don't do positions. And the crazy thing to see here is that if you look just at first team, so yes, Josh Giddey got more votes, but Jalen Green got more first place votes than him. But then so did Herb Jones, and like that's nuts. And listen, he stepped up against the Suns.
I was about to say that's only what he was able to do in the end of the season.
But that's
Herb
crazy.
Jones was that's another thing that helps. I do like the bubble on that. I love how we call it the bubble, but the play-in tournament. Like I do like it in that how these small markets get amplified. Like everybody's able to see them because everybody and their mom wants to watch the play-in tournament because that's all that's on.
Right.
And we're all used to, like, we all love watching these guys who have a chance to get in and play with the big boys, thinking they're big boys too. Like we always see these Division II championship games that are fucking phenomenal. That's where we get a lot of these quarterbacks nowadays, these Carson Wentz and all this shit. And it's cool to see, but I do not think that it's not supposed to have any effect on voting when it comes to awards and stuff.
Right.
But let's be real. They get turned in 2 weeks after the play-in tournament's over. So
it's funny because the play-in tournament doesn't have any
it's like a week, 10 days.
Yeah, it doesn't have any bearings on records, doesn't have any bearings on stats, doesn't have it because it's not a regular season stat or a playoff stat. It's this special thing. But obviously, yeah, Herb Jones kicked ass. And I'm not, to be fair, if Herb is listening,
but what else
I'm not
did he do?
saying
8.5 points a game, 3 rebounds.
I am not saying he should not have been second team all rookie. Like, shout out to Herb Jones. You should have been second team all rookie. You shouldn't have had more first place votes than Josh Giddey. That's all I'm
absolutely.
saying.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you on that. He's definitely in the top 10 of rookies, but there's no way Giddey shouldn't have been in first place.
Yeah. But shout out to all those guys. Listen, so obviously you're biased from one of them, but when you talk about the rookie to sophomore jump and you're looking at those
biased about Scotty Barnes
and you're looking at those 10 and you're looking at those 10 guys, if there was a sophomore of the year vote next year, who do you think is going to really make that jump, that rookie to sophomore jump where you go, oh shit, now they're a star? We've seen it the second year many times.
Even if I wasn't a Cavs fan, I would honestly have to go Evan Mobley. Just because of one, the maturity that he showed, the people that are around him, and what the Cavs are continuing to do. Toronto went on a tear. Toronto's used to doing that. They have all these elder people, but that's not going to be able to run too hot with Scotty. They're not going to have to rely on him that much when Pascal Siakam's in the whole year.
Right.
So he's not going to have the numbers he did for the first, 40, 50 games that Pascal wasn't in. So I don't think those numbers are going to be there next year. But they could be. They very well could be. They could start going to the younger guys and Pascal just be in the shadows. That very well could happen.
Right.
With Fred VanVleet being in one of his last years, we saw what happened with Kyle Lowry. Fred VanVleet's starting to get old himself. He's 28, 29 years old now. So he's starting to get up there. And we all know how they feel. I think DeMar DeRozan was 27 years old when they traded him for fucking big hand Kawhi Leonard. But so we all know how the Toronto organization is. So he's going to have a window next year if he wants it. Like they will definitely go to the younger crowd, but if they really want to go on where their money is with Pascal, whatever his fucking name is, Siakam,
Siakam.
he's going to he's going to be left in the foreshadow. He's not going to be putting up 15, 20 points a game. He's not going to have the chance to get all them rebounds because Pascal's going to want them numbers. He's going to want to get that extra money from his contract. He's going to want to get all the boards. They're going to be leaving them for him, so on and so forth. And again, he's not going to have those 40 games where he can get 8, 9 boards a game. Like those are all going to go to Pascal, all for the contract, all for the numbers. We see it all the time. We saw it with fucking Kevin Porter Jr. whenever he got his first triple-double on his 10th rebound. They were fucking screaming to him. And this is a team that won how many games last year? Like 18? Right. 18 games. They have the awareness for stats and all this stuff. They were screaming at this motherfucker, get the damn board. So like they all know how it goes. And I'm very much confident in the fact that Evan Mobley is going to have free range to do whatever the fuck he needs to do to get the win. And it's not going to be worried about an offense going through Pascal Siakam. Like, yeah, Darius Garland is going to be the head of it. But we all know at the beginning of the season, it was Evan Mobley as well that was in that offense. And he's ready to go on defense. And he's got another year. He's got Kevin Love. He's ready to go. So even not a Cavs fan, I definitely would put my money on Evan Mobley. But at the same time, Jalen Green also is another year older.
See,
bro.
that's the transition I was gonna. So Jalen Green was gonna be my guy. And to be fair, he was my guy for Rookie of the Year this year.
He
wasn't even
close. Dude is the truth.
So he was gonna be my guy. But the issue that I have with this now, he's gonna get the keys to the party because there's not any point guards in this draft except for Jaden Ivey, and they're not gonna go there. It's gonna be either Jabari Smith, Chet won't fall that far, or Paolo Banchero.
And he won't have John Wall on the back of his mind anymore, right?
So he'll get on that. Yeah. He'll get the keys. But the only thing that gives me kind of slight pause is it's a Christian Wood contract year. And this man is going to be like, give me the fucking ball. And we saw what he did literally his last contract year. He got a contract and then he kind of fell off. So he's going to come back out and get a contract. So honestly, like I was pretty sad and everybody knows I'm a Suns fan, right? Obviously. I was very sad that the Pistons dropped all the way to number 5. Because Cade Cunningham would have worked with any of those 3 dudes and he would have balled with any of those 3 dudes. It would have been an amazing 2-man game. They would have started building the way that the Warriors built, which I know you love to talk about how good the Warriors are. So they would have started their building that way. But now he's going to be stuck with like a Shaden Sharp or a freaking Johnny Davis or some bullshit.
Yeah.
And that sucks for Cade, but Cade still has a shot to be awesome.
Also on the Pistons getting pushed outside the top 4, do you feel like the Kings now won that draft with the Pacers? They gave up so much for Sabonis. They ended up getting Thibault in it, or no, Halliburton in it as well.
No, they kept Halliburton, right?
No.
Oh, yeah, because Halliburton and what's his name flipped, Buddy.
Yeah.
With, of course, Sabonis.
Yeah, so Halliburton got sold out. They gave up so many draft picks, so much money to get Sabonis. Now they have a top 4 pick when they were supposed to have like a 7-8.
Yeah, but
they
4 is like where it drops.
4 pick.
Who do they get though? They can't get another guard, so they can't get Jaden Ivey, right? Like that's just. But even though Jaden Ivey is going to be
there's
going to be
there's 3 great people. They missed out on Banchero at least, who would have been phenomenal for them. If you could put that tall motherfucker at 3,
yeah.
Oh boy, that would have been awesome. But they literally get the next best player of the draft.
But the next best player is Jaden Ivey. That's a problem.
No, it's not.
How is that not a problem? They've been drafting guards left and right.
Yeah, but we see how Maxi's able to do with James Harden on the floor. We see how Poole's able to do with Curry on the floor. The way the NBA is set up nowadays, you can give these guys 25 clean ass fucking
So would
minutes.
they move Halliburton down to the 3 and run a 3 guard set?
That would be
Fox,
sick.
Ivy,
I think Ivy would come up hero even in Miami. The way these teams are able to give these guys 25, 30 good minutes and figure out where everybody's able to get 38 minutes. There's nobody on the team that's getting 43, 44 minutes like they were 4 or 5 years ago. Even these teams, hey, shout out to the NBA fucking conference finals too for not having any of these bald ass teams. That shit's great. Because all these bald ass teams, we see Kevin Durant getting 40 plus minutes.
Right.
We see even in fucking Philly, they've given fucking James Harden and Joel Embiid fucking 10 minutes more than everybody else on the team. All these other teams who are smart and actually build themselves up, everybody's getting 35 minutes. Everybody. And then you come to the bench, everybody's got like 18 minutes. Like it's all like, so if you can give this dude 25, 30 clean ass minutes, he's going to be able to help the Kings out so much. They don't need help in the front court. I don't think so. We both agree that they really don't need too much help in the backcourt. But if you could put Ivy in there, coming off of the bench, being able to lead that second team, and also, maybe an extra 4 or 5 minutes a half, put them on there with Halliburton. See how them two are able to do.
That's the thing. That would be the death lineup, right? Because everybody has had a death lineup ever since the Heat did it with LeBron James.
Since Halliburton got to Sacramento, Fox's stock has went down. Like nobody's scared of Fox anymore. Like,
but you don't have to be scared of him. Like, that's the thing. Like the death lineup is gonna. Sabonis can play the 5. He can be the 5 with no problem. Be a big 5. I don't know who they have down there at the 4, but like they would have those 3 guys in Halliburton, Ivy, and Fox, and Fox can still do what he needs to do. The problem is he's not scary from 3, and he's going to be the guy that they lay off. He's going to be the guy they attack on defense, and that's going to be a problem. But every death lineup, or every team has a death lineup. You guys have it now with Mobley at center. So like that small ball death lineup is there. And so maybe Ivy's the guy to go with, but it's tough to be in that 4 spot because you could try to trade up. Obviously they don't really have much left after that Indiana trade, but you could also just kind of hope and wait that somebody's going to let one of those 2 guys fall. And again, I say 2 because I don't see Chet dropping out of the top 2 picks. But if Jabari Smith or Paolo Banchero, either one of them fall to them, they're going to grab him.
And that's what I was just thinking about. Like, let's assume Magic go Chet, and then OKC wants another guard. Like they've been guard happy the last couple of years. So let's just say they want to go Ivy. And now, of course, who the fuck's at 3?
The Rockets.
They're going Chet automatically. Chet, Christian Wood, it's fucking perfect.
Chet won't drop to 3. I can guarantee you if he's
there for OKC, or even Jabari.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now Banchero or Ivy. Banchero would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. But I don't think it's going to come down to that. I really think Ivy's going to go to Sacramento, and Fox and his team, right when that happened, are going to demand a trade. Right when it happens.
Give him a trade. Who the fuck cares? He sucks.
Well, he does. He just got paid.
That's true.
Like, dude just got paid. But I think him and his team immediately, because when Ivy gets smooth, when Ivy gets in this league, the person on that team that's going to be left in the dust is going to be Fox. He's going to be that guy that goes. We've seen it so many times in the new era NBA. You're that guy. You get paid, bench, trade, buy. We got the new guy. Like, it happens like that. At least with fucking Markelle Fultz, he blamed it on his shoulder.
So the other thing that we can kind of talk about for a second. So the Anthony Davis trade, it's finally kind of coming to a head here. It's coming to an end. The Pelicans got the Lakers draft pick, but it's all the way down at 8. Zion hasn't played for a year and a half or whatever the hell he's done. Who won this trade? So the Lakers did get the ring, the Disney Mickey Mouse ring that they wanted. New Orleans is now in the playoffs doing things with Brandon Ingram, and they went out and got CJ with some of those things they acquired. Who won this trade now when you look a couple years later?
The Pelicans. When we look at the Lakers, you can have AD. Congratulations on that fucking fluke ass, bubble ass championship that should always have an asterisk on it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Zion's not playing. Cool. They still went deep. They still did better than they should have this season. I mean, deep for them.
Right.
Brandon Ingram was the key to that trade, and they will have him probably for the rest of his career. And how old is he? 26?
So he's the guy they're giving the money to, right? Every single time.
Absolutely. He's their guy. He is the guy for that team. He's the one that got them where they were. Him, like, he looks like like a
He
little
looks half asleep all the
stone
time. Yeah, stoned or asleep.
anime, like an anime character. But he is ready to ball. I will 1,000 times over. Give me draft picks and Brandon Ingram. I don't get where's Josh Hart? Is Josh Hart even on the team still? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who cares? Who cares? Yeah, I got Brandon Ingram when he was 22 years old for Anthony Davis, who was not going to play for me anymore.
Right.
Also, you guys gave me 2 draft picks in the first round. I'll take it.
Yeah, but what is the 8 pick going to turn into? Like they were really hoping it was going to be a top 5.
But who knows? Like who knows? Yeah, they damn sure didn't want to be out of the top 10 because that was going to another fucking team. But
yeah, that's true.
Who knows? We've seen it all throughout. Like it doesn't really at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like we get these Lucas.
I think there is a foreign guy out of like Australia or some shit that's supposed to be badass.
Like we always get these great guys, and 10 times out of 10, they're not the first pick ever. Kyrie, I think, was the last first pick of the draft that actually ended up being a guy. We'll never say that about DeAndre Ayton, who was last year.
Cade.
We'll never say that about Cade. Cade will never be
Anthony Edwards might be that guy.
He'll never be the guy for an organization. Yeah, he'll be able to give you up. He'll be able to average 23, 24 points a game, but he's never going to be able to be the guy to take over a series.
Kyrie was never the guy for a series.
But because he was the guy that won the series. He was the guy that was able to slow that series down. He was also the guy that was able to shut fucking Steph Curry down to where that series didn't end with either team averaging over 100 points a game in any of the fucking series that we played them.
But he wasn't the guy that got Draymond to kick him in the balls.
No. But look at 2016 when we won. Look at 2017 when he left. Look at 2018 when he left. And let's look at 2015 when he was there. The 2 and 2 compared and contrast is completely different. If LeBron James isn't on that team and we have another top 5 talent at 3, Kevin Durant, fucking James Harden at the 3, it doesn't fucking matter. We're going to win championships because Kyrie is hitting those shots every single time. He's slowing down the offense. He's commanding the defense. Like he's the reason Steph Curry was not able to go off in those finals in 15 and 16. He's the reason those series that now you see the fucking Warriors putting up 130 a goddamn game. Sorry for the GD, but it didn't happen 3-4 years ago. It wasn't happening, and that's because of who he is being guarded by, and that's Kyrie fucking Irving, and because he was just as quick as Steph, just as agile as Steph, and on the offensive end, I've never seen somebody with the ball handles that Kyrie has ever in my life. He will always be able to get to a spot. Always in his life. And he came out fucking 2 days ago saying that if he was in the same maturity line that he has nowadays.
Yeah, he's such bullshit.
You saw that stupid shit?
Yeah.
If I had the same maturity line that I do nowadays and the mindset that I do nowadays, I wouldn't have left there. And yeah, we would have won multiple championships. No shit. We would have won 16, 17, and fucking 18. It's the most annoying thing in the world. But yeah, Anthony Edwards will never be that guy. And Minnesota is not going to get rid of Cat to get another guy to bring in there. So no, there's no chance. Even next year, I don't think Chet will ever be that guy that's going to be able to win them. Like we thought Porzingis was going to be that. Kid's got a lot on his shoulders because of Porzingis now. But we've seen it before. We saw this unicorn shit coming out, and it didn't fulfill too much. So it's going to be a while. I really think it's going to be a while.
All right, so let's talk about something that I just want to get out on the podcast. It's not going to happen, but I'm going to get it out on the podcast just in case something happens. So I sent you and Eddie the trade that I made in the trade request to say get rid of fucking DeAndre Ayton, right? Because
I loved it.
We don't have a draft pick this year. Our first round pick goes to OKC. Our second round pick goes to Indiana. I said, let's get rid of DeAndre.
Sign and trade. So he's a free agent.
Yeah.
So we're doing a sign and trade.
So he's going to go get a qualifying offer is what he's going to get, right? So he's going to get a qualifying offer. We'll agree to match it so that we can trade this man. And what we're going to do is we're going to trade him to Washington because now we also see that Washington got the 10th pick, which is exactly where they were expecting to go. We're going to trade DeAndre Ayton. And then I just threw in Jay Crowder in campaign, but it can be whoever to match up some salaries for Bradley Beal and the 10th pick in the draft. Do you think, one, obviously, like, just what do you think about
I want to know why Bradley Beal. I didn't ask you.
The why
out of
Bradley
everybody
Beal
in the league that you could pick to plug in to that team right now, why Bradley Beal?
Well, it comes down to a lot of stuff.
After Pat Bev going on national television saying, ain't not in there, nobody was scared of the sun.
I know. Why didn't we? We're going to trade for Pat Bev because he's the best player in the world. I made that trade before I knew that Pat Bev was the best. No, so the problem is that DeAndre Ayton's making $31 million a year, assuming he gets the qualifying offer that we expect him to get. And so the people that you can get to stay relatively near the cap is Bradley Beal, John Wall, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. So fuck all of those guys. I'll take Bradley Beal. Nobody makes that much money that's anywhere near the trading block, right? Because 31 million is a lot of money. And if somebody else wants to offer a trade, I'll take it. But that the 3-guard lineup with the way that Paul started to look at the end of the year might be really good because Booker has proven he can dribble the ball up. He can do what he needs to do. Who's our center? Who the fuck cares? We're going to draft him with the 10th pick in the NBA draft. But no, McGee would be the center for right now. But I just don't. I don't want, and that's not going to happen. I just feel like putting it out there.
But when Aiden was, what was it, suspension or injury or whatever it was, he was dynamic. Like McGee was trying to run point forward type shit whenever he was out there on the court. Whenever he was starting getting fucking 30 minutes a game. Like he wasn't bad. Like that was a nice ass lineup. You texted me saying, let Ayton keeps, I think he got injured. But you were like, let Ayton stay on the bench. Like, this is fun. This is great.
So the thing is, like, Ayton, if he wants to accept our offer, we'll gladly take it. But we're not going to offer him the max that we're allowed to offer him. We're going to offer him the max that a non-team can give him. So if he's not mad and he takes it, whatever, like that's going to be cool. Because we can offer him, like, I think it's like a $40 million max. Everybody else can only offer him like 32 or whatever. So we're just going to let somebody else offer him the max and then we'll qualify or like we'll match it because he's not worth a super max. He's not worth it. Plus, because we have to give Booker that super max. We have to every single time. I don't care how he played in game 7. That's our guy that's going to just keep getting the max no matter what until something better comes along. So I think it would be cool to see. It's not Bradley Beal. It's not going to be Bradley Beal. I just wanted to put that out there just in case it does happen. We can rewind it back, post that shit on Ingram? Every social media. You already talked about it. New Orleans isn't getting rid of Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
No chance. Dame, like everybody that's available is a guard that we don't need, right?
So when we talk about Dame is down for Ayton. What about an Ayton Vucevic? No, that's not Nurkic. I'll get it right eventually, goddammit. Oh, sorry, Lord.
But what else can they put in there? Where's Portland? Where is Portland in the draft? What else? 7th pick. Okay. All right, I'll take the 7th pick, Nurkic, and who's the other pretty boy? Collins. Take both of them.
You think they're going to give that up for Ayton, who doesn't show up for the fucking season?
If Dame tells him that's who he wants, they will.
He already liked a post that had to do with them two meeting up.
Well, couldn't that potentially be Chris Paul for Dame Lillard? And now we have Dame, Book, and Ayton.
Bro,
after we
that would be
Ayton.
If Dame would leave Portland, which he's already said a billion times he wouldn't.
But now he's liking DeAndre Ayton post.
My goodness, Lord Jesus, I've talked about you 3 times, 2nd time in vain. I'm sorry. But that would be absolutely amazing. That would be the cream of the crop. That would definitely get them over the hump. And now that CJ is gone, you got to think there's no reason for him to want to stay. He's really got to not want to give a fuck about winning a ring ever in his life.
Right. But the problem with that is who has to give picks. If we trade Chris Paul for Damian Lillard, we would have to give picks and we don't have them. We
You
don't
can
have
still do
it.
money compensation in the NBA, right?
Yeah, we can do those trade exceptions and bullshit too. But hey, but if he just wants, if he goes to the Portland front office and says, listen, guys, like I'm ready to go and I'll only waive my no trade for Phoenix, they would hook the man up, right? Like they would try their best to help him out.
Absolutely.
He's given everything he can to Portland. They know that. They've given up already, so they would help him
So
out.
you'd be down as fuck to keep Ayton to get Dame?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We wouldn't play defense for nothing though. We'd get ran out of the gym, but we would score a lot of points. We'd go back to that 7 seconds or less Suns team.
That would be dope.
It would be fun.
That would definitely be dope. But it sucks at the end of the day. I mean, if we were a popular podcast and everybody knew who we were, everybody would play back last week of you talking about how you're just scared of Giannis.
No. I said I am not scared of a team. I'm scared of only players that can beat us. I think Giannis is the only player that can beat us. I'm nervous about Luka. That's what I said. I wasn't scared of Luka, but I was nervous about Luka. I should have been scared of Luka.
I'm pretty sure you said I'm only scared of Giannis. I don't give a fuck who else there is. I'm only scared of Giannis.
Yeah. So okay, if you tell me that our big three is going to shoot 2 for 38, then I'm scared of fucking Patrick Beverley. If you say this is a qualifier, who are you scared of now? I'm scared of Travis Kilpatrick getting signed onto the fucking team because if I can make 2 shots, then it's a wrap.
You better be scared of me, bro. Hey, the way I was on Sunday, we're gonna talk about that at the end. I'm shouting me out at the end. Yeah.
But yeah, have something
bro,
back that
honestly, like if we were fucking celebrities and shit, you would have been getting dogged. You would have Pat Bev would have been talking shit to you. I mean,
I have all right.
You worried about Giannis, and you let
then
Luka
bring the
Magic.
receipts. Then bring the receipts back a few more years when I said, "Why the fuck are we drafting DeAndre Ayton over Luka Doncic?"
I'm there with you.
Bring the receipts.
Bro, me and you talk about it all the time. We talked about it when the fucking series came up. Could you imagine Luka for Ayton right now on this team? You have Luka. We don't need CP3, so you're spending that money somewhere else. You don't have Mikal Bridges. You got goddamn. Sorry,
but we would have still had Mikal Bridges.
But no, not even.
We would have still had Mikal Bridges.
No, you wouldn't even have had that draft pick. You wouldn't even have had that draft pick.
Yeah, we would have.
Oh shit! All right. Well, anyways,
that was the
you would have been able
draft.
to get like a Paul George. I feel like you would have been able to get a Paul George or something, like somebody else. That would have been insane. So you'd have. I mean, I still feel like you guys wanted JaVale McGee to come back to that team. Like you guys never wanted him to go to the Cavs in the first place. He just picked the more money, came back home. Well, he probably calls the Warriors home because fuck him.
I think he calls Dallas home. Wasn't he in Dallas first? He's been all around the world.
I don't know, but he got chips and got darn. Well, I'm not gonna do it again though. Sorry.
You still said the God part.
Yeah. Gosh darn. Dang it. But I need to pull a little bit more Phillip Rivers in my life. But yeah, no, he got chips over there and going on stage. But that would be absolutely incredible to see Luka, Booker, Mikal Bridges, JaVale McGee, and I don't care. Name a power forward. It doesn't matter to me. Put Saric over there. That would be insane in the membrane. Insane.
Listen, Luka dominated us and demoralized us, but it was really shout out to Spencer Dinwiddie who came out and hammered all of those nails in the coffin because Luka put all the nails there. Luka put all the nails.
You can what whenever you want to. All right, you ready? Points, rebounds, what steals, what assists, what blocks. Like every single stat, he was the leader of the series.
Yeah. He outscored Booker. He out-rebounded Ayton. He outstole Chris Paul and out-assisted Chris Paul. I get it.
He outstole Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
Out-blocked.
I get it all.
And out-rebounded Ayton. It was absolutely murder.
But Spencer Dinwiddie literally hammered those nails in the coffin because I even said to my girlfriend, I was like, listen, Luka's destroying us. It's going to be a wrap, but he won't play the whole game. He's got to rest. He went to rest. I said, now's our chance. We have to bring it within 10. And Dinwiddie hit like 4 threes in a row, and it was like a 30-point game. And I was like, oh, well, all right then.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was when I was ready to turn it off, is when he started hitting those same ass step backs. And I'm like, I've seen Spencer Dinwiddie play.
That's one
I've
of
seen
those
him play a
things,
few
dude.
times.
Like, bro, we've seen professional basketball players in gyms with common folk like us.
Yeah.
Right? We've seen it.
Yeah.
We've seen these players come up and switch over to be guarded by Moa because Moa just jacked a 3 on you, arced as fuck. Could have hit the top of the damn old garden.
Yeah, because your
And
boy's
splashed
6'7"
on
that's
you.
guarding you.
And then makes me switch over to him so he can jump 4 feet in the air like everybody does in the NBA besides Kyle Anderson's slow ass and jacks it up on it. Like, these guys can do it to perfection. At the beginning of that game, open passes, wide, turnover, open threes, missed.
Breaks.
Ayton doing worse than he ever has is a 3-foot layup. Like, everything in the first 2 quarters of the game was like, I texted you, I was like, yo, is this a setup? Like, did they get paid? Like,
Devin
are they
Booker-
down for the setup?
Devin Booker
Like, that was
legitimately
insane.
missed 4 layups in a row. And Reggie Miller said, it's really good to see Devin Booker playing so aggressive. And I was like, that was the way he tried to like keep fans engaged, I guess.
That was probably a script that he was given. Everybody was given a script for that game 7.
If he drives to the basket, say this. If he shoots, say that. But he missed 4 layups in a row. And like, listen, these guys can hit threes all day long. Layups are legitimately nothing for guys like us. That is the first thing you learn in basketball. And these guys palm the ball. They just set it in there. And he missed 4 layups in a row. And it was written on the wall at that point.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Like, all the turnovers, all the lacklusterness. I watched Blue Chips again the other day. And you watch Blue Chips. We all remember Tony. Whenever we rewound the tapes to watch him blow a game, the coach told everybody he never point shaped. I never did that. And then to come and find out and rewind the tapes to see Tony doing it and seeing the lackluster passes that we saw in the Suns game, seeing the just stupid ass shots that should never be missed by a professional athlete, missed. Oh yeah, he just blew that one. Yeah, we saw that in the fucking Suns game. We're going to come. I texted you. We're going to find out years to come that somebody had money on this game in Dallas, and there was no way Phoenix was going to be able to win. Somebody fucked up and blew that game. And then DeAndre Ayton tried to sell them out. And Monty said, hey, man, calm down. It's a team sport. So you can sit down for being an asshole and only play like not even 20 minutes of the game. I think he got 17 minutes.
17 minutes, yeah. Well,
that's crazy. We're going to find out, bro. I promise you. We're going to find out.
I hope we do. And I hope that's the last nail in Bob Sarver's casket and he's off to fucking wherever he.
Everybody's been saying Sarvers needs to fucking sell the team.
So I did hear, again, our insiders are not true insiders, but I did hear that that this could be that a Bob Sarver story is going to be coming out right at the end of the season. And they think that it got leaked to the team. And it really caused a lot of like legit emotional, like just turmoil. Like, what the fuck are we going to be out of a job in like a month? And it could have affected their games.
No fucking way.
There is a Bob Sarver story written, ready to be put out on the market, and it's just being held off because they got to wait till the season's over.
Because I think it was God dang it, who was the our player, bald dude? He's on ESPN now.
What?
He told who's the
Jay
Denver dude?
Williams.
No, bald dude, light
Jay Williams
skin.
is bald.
No, light skin dude who played for the Cavs. Richardson.
Jason or Richard Jefferson?
Richard Jefferson. There we go. But he said something about Sarvers on ESPN the other day in the broadcast, and I was like, yo.
That's not what I'm alluding to, but hey, that's cool that an actual person, maybe that's where my person got it from. I don't know.
But yeah, I think he said Sarvers is now in the hot seat. And I was like, yo, that's deep. Ownership, that's deep.
I believe the insider that, again, they don't have access, but I believe that person, he has a lot of takes that are right. And he said that there's a story in print ready to go, but it has to wait till the season's over. And they think that the team might have gotten wind of that and was like, oh shit, That's real. Which sucks. But I do know that in July, when I go to the summer league, I'm gonna be dropping down. I'm gonna be dropping down a parlay of the Sun. Listen, it's not gonna be crazy, but it'll make me some money. The Suns to make the playoffs and Booker to make an All NBA team, because both of those are gonna happen again. And I'm gonna be ready for it. And it'll probably make me what, $300? Nothing too crazy.
So that means we gotta go next year too.
I'm going every year.
All right, bet we got this. I gotta go pee.
Yeah, I'm going every year. So I already have that ready to go. So I'm excited. It sucks because the schedule hasn't come out yet, so I have to choose which day. And the Suns, it's hard to know when they're gonna actually play. But luckily they play pretty much every other day, and I might go 2 days, but I might only go one day. It depends on how much I want to spend in Vegas or how much I want to actually just go watch the games. But we'll decide that. But anyways, when he does come back, we are gonna actually talk a little bit. Here he is, about the actual games that are happening. There are 4 more teams left. The Warriors are up 1-0 on the Mavericks, and the Heat are up 1-0 on the Celtics. So we are pretty much ready to end here, but we wanted to make sure anybody that's listening that wants to know what's going on in the real world. What do you think's happening with these 2 series? Who's coming out? Who's going to the finals?
So, I mean, everybody's been talking about the Celtics, how they've been able to dog it. Their defense, blase, just Tatum Brown, doesn't matter either game. They got a lot of role players. It doesn't matter. We were able to see that Miami Heat team, which sucks. I hate living down here. I hate seeing all the Miami Heat fans. They always want to talk shit every time I wear Caps gear. But it seems like they're going to be able to get back to the finals this year. I mean, they were down at the half. They were down big. And then they came out and gave up, I think, 12, 14 points.
I think they outscored them like 33-12 in the third quarter or something like that.
Like something absolutely insane. And they never looked back. They got outscored in the first 2 quarters, outscored big in the half, going down. And I was like, what the fuck? Because we know I love to do the free pools in the DraftKings. And one of them was on that game. And I had them coming out to win. I had the Heat coming out at the half up. And I had all this heat. I ended up winning 81 cents. Thank you. But yeah, it was a little scary to watch. But I think that the Celtics came out throwing haymakers, giving them everything they had. And the Heat and Eric Spoelstra and everything that organization is able to do that I talk greatly about all the time, even though I hate their fans and how much they love to talk shit about Cleveland. I don't care who brought their fucking talents down the South Beach. But I really think the Heat are going to end up being the team to come out of the East. It could end up going 4 or 5 games.
Now, I hitched my last week. You were talking about how me not being scared of Luka would have had people coming at me. But I think what more would have had people coming at me is saying that Ime Udoka is one of the best coaches in the league. I hitched my wagon to that.
Bro, he just got in the goddamn league.
And I am ready to see what adjustments he makes to try to beat the Heat in this series, because Spo, we know, everybody knows, like that's not a crazy statement to say that Spo is one of the best in the league. So
did you see him yelling at his team?
That's all he ever does, bro.
No, he was getting
his
ass,
that's his
as
thing.
the hood folk would say. No, he was, and all they did was clap at each other. Nobody looked him in the eye. And guess what happened in the 4th quarter? Nothing.
All right, well, we'll just wait for the adjustments. I'm staying with it, and I think it's going to go to 7. Now, home court advantage does matter, but I think it's going to go to 7, and I still have to pick the Celtics, I think.
Friendly bet. So we'll be at game 4, right? They'll have 2 games played by now.
Okay.
By the time we get back on next week, right?
Probably.
So somebody should be up in the series.
Yeah.
Because there's only 3 games.
Well, hold on. When is the...
Yeah, look it up real quick.
All right. But go ahead and make your bet. Continue to make your bet.
5 push-ups. On air. I'm going to say the Heat are going to be up next time we record.
So Thursday is game 2, Saturday is game 3, Monday is game 4. So it'll be 2-2. They'll be playing. They'll be playing on Wednesday if game 5 is necessary. They'll be playing while we're recording.
All right. So while we're recording, We'll figure it out after that. You down? 5 push-ups.
It'll be
on
done
air?
by the time we're done recording. So at the end of the podcast, we'll be able to do our 5 push-ups.
Because we both know I ain't giving you 10. You're not giving me 10. I think
After
5's
game
doable.
5. But see, I don't know that I think Boston will be up after game 5. That's the thing. Because I think it's going to go 7. And Boston can win game 6 and then win game 7. I don't know that they'll be up after game 5.
All right, it's only 5 push-ups, bro. You're acting like we're betting at that. Like,
No, I'm just acting like you're trying to make me make my opinion when I've already made my opinion and it's different than what the bet is. I mean, I'll do the bet, but like that's not my opinion.
All right.
My opinion is that all right, game 5, Boston will be up, but then it's not gonna fucking go 7, so I'm gonna mess up my own shit. Because if they're up after game 5, they're gonna win in 6. They're not gonna win in Miami, then lose in Boston, and then win in Miami. But whatever.
It'll be a home in game 6, right?
Yeah, but I said it's gonna go 7, right? So if they're up in 5, that means they won in the Heat in Miami, and then they would have to lose in Boston. Then they would have to lose in Boston to win in Miami a 3rd time. Like, get out of it. That's stupid.
There's no way they're winning in Miami twice.
Yeah, I don't think they will. That's not what I'm saying. Until
game 7. You just want to do the top 4 games? You just want to do 4 games? Fuck game 5. We won't even do the one before the pod because I don't think it'll be 2-2.
All right, we'll do the 2-2 then. You get both odd numbers.
No, we can push. We can push a 2-2. Okay.
Well, I think it will be 2-2. You think
I think it'll be 3-1.
All right. All right.
So if the Heat are 3-1, the Celtics are 3-1, one of us are doing push-ups.
If the Celtics are up 3-1, we're both doing push-ups because we both suck at picking.
Down.
If the Celtics run 3 straight right now. Yeah, so I say it's 2-2. All right, anyways, moving to the other side. Man.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. I think it's a wrap too. That sucks because I was hoping Luka was going to say, listen, it's not just the Suns that I can dominate, but no, it's a wrap, bro.
It's a wrap. Nobody on the Mavs can handle what the Warriors are able to do.
Yeah.
Offensively, defensively, we were able to see these guys. I mean, we could be wrong. They could take a step back. They could take a step back and realize what they need to do. But we still see these guys, and I'm going to name 3 of them, that were able to really perform as role players to the max, right? I'm not talking about Kleber. I'm talking about Powell. He came out in the last 2 games, did work, right? Bullock, whatever the announcers want to call him, did work. Finney Smith is playing out of his mind. Hey, and we want to shout you out, bro. We love Gators. You. Yeah, go Gators. You're our guy. But you could have calmed down there in the last couple games. You started out slow, ended up high. And but I think those 3 guys there is what they're relying on. We saw tonight, Luka's going to be able to do his thing. Maybe not so much. Maybe not putting up all these stupid numbers. But he's always going to have his handprint on the game. Brunson, we know he's hot and cold. We don't know what we're ever going to see from him. Kleber, he might give you 15, 20 points. He might give you 3 points. We don't know what we're going to see. But those 3 guys that I named, they really are the key components to this series even being close. And when you look at those 3s, you look at the other side of the fucking spectrum, you got Klay Thompson, you got Andrew Wiggins, and you got Jordan Poole. I mean, who, at the end of the day, who's going to win? It's probably going to be the latter. And I expect 3 more games than what we saw tonight. Again, like you said, I hope not. I would really hope that Luka is able to come out and he has the backup choir that he's had for his band so far this postseason. But honestly, the way the Warriors are playing from top to bottom, like we've seen in a lot of recent years, it comes down to a 7-person rotation. They're still able to rotate 9, 10 players out. And everybody's able to be effective. They still got the cum bucket. I love Kaminga's nickname. Like, they still have all these guys who are able to come out. And even if it's only 10 minutes, they're still able to put up shit. And it's going to look a lot different at the end of this game because they were up 30 when there was still like 14 minutes left in the game. Kind of like a little bit of game 7 in the last series in the Western Conference.
But listen, the Suns, I mean, the Suns were up 2-0 after 2. also, and Dallas found a way. So wait until it goes back to Dallas. Let's see if it's 2-2, and I'm not making a bet on that. I do not think it will be 2-2, but if it's 2-2 after 4 games, then maybe they have a shot also. But I think it's a wrap too. I'll mirror everything you just said. I think it's an absolute wrap. None of the players are anywhere
Did you
good.
see the meme about Chris Paul and said this is how long Chris Paul has been blowing
With the
208?
2K shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2002 to now.
Yeah.
Or what, 2003?
All right. Well, I was gonna have a shout out for myself too, but I forgot what it was. So let's get out of here with your shout out to you, because sadly I don't remember what my shout out was.
I remember mine. Maybe shout out to you for going out on the basketball court and not just shooting. You're getting out there running. You're getting out there. You're
Yeah, my back
exercising.
is not shouting me
You're
out right
doing
now.
their thing. Hey, but you'll figure it out. You'll figure out how to overcome that, how to work that. My foot was fucked last Saturday night. I worked a 10-hour shift of serving on my feet, running around like crazy on both ends of the restaurant. Went to bed on Saturday with my foot hurting. Took a fucking 2 hour. Every like 10 minutes, I was putting more hot water in there. Got right out, put my ice pack on it, and woke up the next day, tried to work it in. It felt great. I had a combine, pretty much a couple of pickup games for 5-on-5 for my new basketball league. And dude, I destroyed it, honestly. Like, I don't give a fuck if any of these people want to come and watch. They'll be able to say the same thing. Anybody that was there, anybody that I played, anybody that watched it, all the coaches, all the GMs, everybody. They'll attest to it. Like, I did work. And I got home that night, limping my ass off, showed up at the bar to pick up baby girl, limping my ass off, been limping all week. Went and got a couple braces for my ankles and my feet. But hey, ain't nothing gonna get me down. And that's really the way to go in life. When you strive for something, don't let anything get in your way. And it really taught me something about myself, because we both know I love to make some excuses. There would have been 3-4 years ago, I'm texting dudes saying, hey, my foot hurts. Who gives a fuck about your foot hurt? You want to play basketball, get your ass out here on the court, play basketball. You need to go to work. I don't care. Your foot hurts because you played basketball after your foot was hurting at work. Get your ass to work. That's what you do. And that's what you got to do in life. And you always do what needs to be done. But also, you always want to make room for fun, happiness, making yourself feel good. I love being around baby girl. She doesn't always feel the same, but she loves being around me too. Sometimes I'm an asshole, but finally in my life, like I made a joke to my manager last week whenever I figured out when my rookie combine was. I had to work, but I texted her saying I can't work. I'm gonna find a replacement. And when I talked to her about it, I was like, listen, this is actually the first time in years that I'm doing something for myself. Like, when it comes to like taking time off, I always make sure I'm off for the family, off for baby girl, do whatever we need to do. She'll be the first one to tell you when it comes to decisions. Yeah, I'm pretty selfish when it comes to that. But when it comes to my time, I try to take time off for everybody else. And it's been a long time. So always take time off for yourself. Always make sure you're happy. Always make sure the happiness around you is surrounding you. And it's not lacklusterness. It's not dark clouds. And as always, be a stud like me at the rookie combine, and don't be a scrub.